Yo, what's up guys? Athena Bella here. So I'm coming to you with a little bit of a different video than what I usually make. Today I'm going to walk you through how to chain hunt Pokemon in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I'm going to start out with some of the statistics first, like the odds and kind of like what you need to do before showing you. I will show you how to do it. But first, we'll start out with the odds. That's one question that you guys have asked me the most of. I don't always know the answer, and I wanted to be able to supply you with some. So if you look right here, we have the odds starting with a chain of 0, which is 1 in 4,096, going all the way up to 100, which is 1 in 99. However, it's sort of impractical to go all the way to 100. You have the same odds at 100 than you do at 40, which is 1 in 99. So if you're feeling brave and you want to go up to 40, do it. However, it's really hard, you guys. There have been a lot of studies that have shown that the quote-unquote the 17 method, going up to a chain of 17, which is 1 in 1,986 odds. However, you divide that by 4, which mathematically, I'm not particularly good at math. However, 1 in, what was it? 1 in 9,086? Yeah, 1 in 1,986. Divide that by 4 because you see 4 grass patches at a time. So, for instance, a 17 chain will give you a 1 in roughly 496 chance of finding a shiny. So, your odds are still fairly decent. It does take a little bit longer, but if you take into account the fact that your chains break so easily and stuff like that, 17 seems to be the best as far as effort and time goes. It seems to be a lot easier to get to a 17 than a 40. Obviously, if you're planning on going for more than one of the same shiny, you know, I would maybe try for like a 30 or 40 chain. I mean, if you get to a 40 chain, you're going to see a lot more of the same Pokemon shine for you than you would at a 17 chain. But you could always go for a 17 chain, and then once you get one shiny, you can bump it up to try to, take your chain a little bit further. Another suggestion I would make for you guys is definitely save. Save before you start doing this. That way, if your chain breaks, you can just reset your game, come back, and have all of your repels, all of your balls and everything. Another thing that I would highly suggest that you have in order to do this would definitely be a very... Whoops, wrong thing. Would definitely be a very healthy supply of... We're gonna go this way. A very healthy supply of max repels or super repels if you're not like me and you don't mind wasting a ton of money, because I do. I waste so much money in this game, you guys. You could go with a max repel, or with a super repel. Sorry, guys. You know me. You all know me. I'm terrible with words. If you're cheaper and you don't want to spend the money, great. Go for a super repel. It's fine. If you don't mind, get a max repel. It takes, I think, a few more steps to have to use another one. Another thing you're definitely going to want to do is make sure that you are pretty stocked up. I would say Ultra Balls and Quick Balls, probably your best bet. But they are pretty expensive. So definitely make sure if you're going to do this, you're well stocked. You're going into this with, enough supplies to get you through. I would also make sure that you only have your pokeradar. Have that be the only thing, because guys, the things that can break your chain, I mean, you could breathe wrong or look at the Pokemon wrong and you're gonna break your chain. But in all seriousness, if you dig, you're gonna break your chain. If you get on your bike, you're gonna break your chain. If you leave the route, you're gonna break your chain. Now, that leads me to something else. There are a bunch of ways that you can at least try to ensure that your chain doesn't break. For instance, make sure that you take the max steps. Now, for instance, here's some statistics for you guys. The nearest patch of grass, if you capture them or defeat them, you're only going to have a 53% chance of that chain continuing. If you go to the second nearest, you got a 63% chance. The second furthest is going to be a 73% chance. And if you go to the furthest one, preferably 4 steps away. That is very important. The furthest one, try to go to one that is 4 steps away. If you do not have one that is 4 steps away, reset your radar, try to get another better patch of grass, and try again. Also, to help ensure that your chain goes further, I would highly suggest catching the Pokemon. Don't defeat them. If you catch the Pokemon, as you can see, it's a 93% chance that your chain's going to continue as opposed to that 83 chance. And let me tell you, even still on the 93%, it definitely feels like a lot more than a 7% chance to fail. And guys, do not get disheartened. Your chain is going to break. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just be ready to try again. It can get incredibly frustrating. I will tell you that, you know, it's not exactly the easiest method in the world, but when it does work, it's very rewarding. So make sure you have in order to do the chaining method, I'm probably not going to take you all the way up to a 17 chain. However, in order to get to one, obviously find yourself a patch of grass. In this particular case, I have a Magnemite swarm, which is my swarm of the day. I will do a whole separate video explaining how to get your swarms and get that set up. You do have to go through this whole thing of talking to someone. I will also do a separate video walking you through how to get your chain counter for the Poketech app, which is extraordinarily helpful. But once you get out here, oops, my battery is not charged enough. Well, that tells me, okay, run around in circles. It is 50 steps to charge a radar. Just run in circles. Once it's charged, for instance, the best patch of grass for me to go to right now would be that bottom right-hand corner. That is the furthest one away for me to get it. This is not what I want. So if you run away from any battles, it will break your chain, you guys. But that's okay. So I don't want Patchy. For the sake of this video, we'll go ahead and do it. So throw a ball at it, catch it. Yay, crit catch. So either when I come out of this battle, the chain is either going to continue or it's going to break. Hopefully continue. Great, wonderful, fine, dandy. All right. So it's been sent to a box. Good. When you hear that little ding when you come back, that tells you your chain has continued. Now, the furthest one away from me now is going to be all the way over there to the right behind the tree. So you just enter into battle again. Rinse, repeat. Once you get to a 17 chain, all you got to do is run back and forth. I will show you how to reset your radar as soon as we are out of battle with this Patchy. Catch it again. Make sure you give yourself that high odds that you are going to continue your chain. That is of the utmost importance. Is just try not to break it, and it's a lot harder than it seems sometimes, you guys. So once we get out of this, so I don't like any of these. They're all too close to me. So in order to reset, I'm just going to run my 50 steps. Make sure you keep your repel up. Run 50 steps. Guys, when you reset your radar, it does not reset your chain. I know that's a common misconception. I've heard a lot of, all right, I should have run about 50 steps by now. Guys, all you gotta do is hit your button to reset the radar. And look, it resets the patches of grass. If you see here, it did not reset my chain. So your chain will continue when you reset your radar. Looks like I've got a pretty decent patch of grass here. When you get to 17, all you got to do is run back and forth and keep resetting your pokeradar until you see a patch of grass that is shiny. I truly hope this video has helped you, whether it be with the odds, whether it be with the steps that you need to take. If I have forgotten anything, please feel free to ask questions in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to drop a sub if this helped you out. Don't forget to leave a comment if you enjoyed, if this helped, or if you have something I didn't cover that you want to see so I can make a follow-up video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have been positively amazing. Love all of you guys. Have fun chaining. Get your shinies. Peace.